It's amazing how many athletes and even strong swimmers are scared of the open water, and I have to admit, I was one of those. Overcoming your fears will actually improve your overall triathlon performance, so we've put together 8 tips that will make you more confident in the open water. Don't worry, it's actually natural to have a little fear of the open water because it's the unknown, but try and work out what it is specifically that scares you. Maybe it's the dark, murky water, maybe it's the chop on the surface, or maybe it's the thought of having lots of other people's arms and legs flailing around you in a race. Once you've identified what it is that scares you, you can start to address that specifically. Take yourself to a safe environment, maybe just your local swimming pool, basically somewhere where you can practice the situations that worry you. So for example, in my case, it was swimming in deep, dark water. So you could get extra tinted goggles to replicate the darkness, practice swimming with your eyes closed, or if you're lucky enough to have a diving pool near you, maybe go and swim in that, and it just starts to replicate that feeling. If you're someone who's worried about not being able to hold onto the wall or touch the sides, then practice swimming your race distance in a pool, but just not touching at the end, so doing a turn, but without touching the wall. Or maybe you could get a big group of swimmers to swim together in a lane, as that replicates that feeling that you might get in a race. So once you're happy you've mastered those identified challenges in the swimming pool, then you're ready to head out to the open water and give it a try there. So before you get wet, just make sure you've got all the kit that you'll need. And personally, I love a wetsuit for open water swimming because it makes me feel safer protecting my arms and my legs, but also it makes you that much more buoyant. And another great aid is to get a swimming buoy that you tie around your waist, and then basically it floats on the surface, so it makes you more visible from the shore. And if you do get a little bit tired, you can just grab onto it and it gives you that little bit of reassurance. And another great tip, obviously I've got no friends here today, but if you can find some friends or stronger swimmers to go out with you, or maybe a supper or a kayaker to just paddle alongside. When you first get to an open water venue, just take a moment to take in your bearings and just work out where everything is. And then if you can, try and find a local or a lifeguard just to find out a little bit about the water, so if there's any currents or where it's best to swim. And just remember, once you're in the water, you're that much lower down and it's actually quite a bit harder to spot things. So try and find a few landmarks that are higher up on the land that you know you'll be able to see once you're in the water. So once you're ready, it's time to get in, but make sure you do it slowly, give your body time to acclimatise. So first, obviously, your feet and ankles will feel the cold water, but make sure you splash your face as well, and then try and put a little bit of water down the front of your wetsuit, which is not nice, but it actually just helps your body get ready for the cold water. As triathletes, we're pretty guilty of just being focused on our training. And you probably see an open water venue as a training venue, but taking a moment to relax and enjoy the environment can actually have significant benefits. So once you're in that water, just relax, take a breath and just enjoy feeling weightless in the water. Right, once you're ready to take the plunge, just start off in the shallow water, and then you can stand up if you feel a little worried. But once you're more confident, you're ready to head out, I'd recommend going with somebody else and following their feet. And I find it's a really good trick on the brain because it doesn't have a chance to imagine anything else, and you're just concentrating on keeping up with the person in front of you. Getting into open water and doing the real thing is obviously key, but there's still a lot you can do for your confidence on dry land. So visualise those successful sessions that you've had, and then write a list of all the open water skills that you've mastered. And just remember, focus on the fact that you're buoyant out there, of staying relaxed and keeping your breathing really calm. If you're doing a local race, or maybe you've got a chance to get to your race venue a few days early, then make the most of it. See if you can get in and do a course recce. It'll just help you get used to the currents, the water temperature, and it's great for spotting. So when it gets to race day, you'll feel that much more relaxed. Or if you're not allowed in the water before race day, there's still a lot you can do. Speak to the locals who've done the race before, chat to the water safety team, and then on actual race day, make sure you get there plenty of time so you can stay nice and calm. You can plan your race in your head, and you can get into the water early at most venues. Basically, you just need to take your time and build it up slowly. And once you've become confident swimming in the open water, I tell you, you'll be amazed at just how much you enjoy it and how relaxing it can be. If you haven't done so already, you can subscribe to GTN by clicking on the globe. It's free. And if you've enjoyed this, just hit the thumb up button. And if you want some open water swimming skills, there's a video here for you. And if you haven't yet chosen your first triathlon and you're wondering where to go, then why not watch this video here?